It is the 1st of October 2025 and we are greeted here by nobody else other than Alexander Zilliger, the owner and founder of I&I Composite Parts. So Alex, we're very fortunate to have you here in Manila. And while you're here, we would like you to possibly tell us what made you start I&I.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes.
Starting with I&I, me and my business partner Marcus working before I&I and built a special hypercar. After this, as an employee, we start the company with I&I, and we are working or tuning BMWs many years before. So that was clear for us that we will work with BMW cars, and that's why we tune mostly BMW cars. Yeah.
All right. I personally really love your kits, and even back in our F87 M2 competition days, we were a huge fan of I&I already, especially the GTS hood. The GTS hood only came out OEM for the M3 and M4 platform, but you guys managed to execute it with perfect fitment for the F87 M2 competition as well. A lot of the Filipinos actually really love the GTS hood you made, and apart from that, you guys have a lot more in store for the F87 M2 competition.
Yep.
You mentioned you have a high-rise wing, a motorsport wing. Apart from that, a new bonnet. What else do you have in store in I&I?
Yeah, for the F87, we have two different hoods. The normal GTS style hood, and we modified this hood for, name it Club Sport hood. This would have a much bigger vent. Then we have our fenders with the vents. We work on a new front spoiler for the competition cars. That is ready in the next, let me say, 1-2 months. We work on a new grille for the competition models. It's also ready in the next 1-2 months. We have a roof for the F87 because the F87 have sadly no roof, carbon roof. And we have some different wings. We have, I think, 6 wings. They are all fit on the F87. We have an original style carbon trunk for the F87, which is mostly for track cars.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and that's it with the carbon. We have carbon door plates.
All right, there.
Door
Also
inserts.
the interior. So I&I does a huge variety of parts for the F87 platform, F80, F82, and now the G series.
And to add on top of that, all of these modifications that I&I does are not only aesthetically pleasing, but they're also all functional.
So now we're talking about functionality. Alex, I want you to let us know, what's the difference of carbon fiber craftsmanship made in Germany, made by I&I? What sets you guys apart from everything else?
Yeah, mostly the quality. When we build in Germany, I know the parts are not cheap. Producing in Germany or Europe, it's not cheap. But we use good materials. We use the same materials like manufacturers use, and then the quality is really, really high. And all our quality processes from the beginning, from the design, from CID, from everything are really, really high. And that's the difference.
I can very much say there's nothing that fits spot on than I&I. I usually tell customers that there's no such thing as 100% fitment because, first to manage their expectations, it's a hand-in-hand collaboration with getting good parts, and at the same time, the workshop aspect, we have to have skilled professionals on proper alignment, proper painting, to make sure that we at least give 90 to 95% of the job spot on. But now that we talked about the F87 already, what was the inspiration behind the G87?
When I think shortly after the release, we direct start the parts, making the parts, and we are really fast on the car. Yeah, that was strong. Yeah. but we made it
Yes.
really fast.
And honestly, like, I don't know how Alex does it. Him and his team, they're really good in making their parts. And apart from just making carbon fiber, they design it themselves too. They have their own in-house designers.
Yeah, when we develop the parts, the first step is the design. So we start with the design, and when we have the design ready, we start making the CID data. When the first CID data ready, we work with CFD, the simulation software, and simulate the aerodynamics and modify then the CID to have a really, really good aerodynamic. So in sum, it makes sense. When we make a full body kit, then you have the best aero with the full body kit. For sure, you can take only a few parts. That's not a problem. But in the aerodynamic, in the CFD, we make every time the full carbon package. And then we test the hood, we test the fender, the front spoiler, everything. The fender also bring aerodynamics.
Yes. This is one thing that I really like about your product, the mirror cap cover. The M Performance one replicates and follows the OEM center cap, which is just a sharp horn here. What I personally like about Alpha M is the slow curve up to make that horn. And that's what I always tell people. I find your mirror cap cover sleeker and, you know, much more pleasing into the eye.
That's how it should have came from factory.
Yeah, I really like the shape of the mirror cap. I'm not gonna lie.
That was the first idea, the first shot from our designer.
Yeah.
And I say when we make a carbon mirror cap, then only when we have a different design. Because the original mirrors in carbon, you have a lot of manufacturers for that.
Correct.
But I say, okay, we make a mirror cap when I have our own design. And then the designer tried, and that was the first design. I said, perfect, we don't need any change.
That designer is very good. I love it. He's so good.
He is.
And apart from that, I'll just do this quick. Alex and his team managed to make multiple variants for the GTS hood and the fender for the M2 platform. You can opt for the vented one or the non-vented one. Here, this lining, which I think is inspired from the new GT3 RS and the GT4S.
Some cars have it, yes.
Yes.
It is inspired by some other cars.
Yeah. And I really like it though. It's the perfect touch. Some people prefer it without it.
Yep.
Some people prefer it with. So we're doing another Alpine White M2 with the fender without this vent, but he kept this one. He wanted it more low-key.
Okay.
And another customer of ours is doing the GTS hood with the vent because after doing it on the Sao Paulo yellow M2 that we did, he really liked it. So there are lots of ways you can play around all the variants that Alex and his team made for the hood, fender, and even the wing. Like, let's move on to the back. So I personally think it's beautiful, and based on what I see, it's also inspired by the E30, the E36 M3s then?
It's inspired by the E36 GT.
Yes.
And there was a model, a special E36 model, it's called Class 2.
Class.
And that have the higher wing.
Yes.
And also the front spoiler in the middle higher. And that's why we are inspired to make something and name it Class 3. We can't say Class 2. We name it Class 3.
Agree.
And yeah, that's the Class 3 wing.
You still have more wings coming our way, right? The motorsport wing?
We have a version from this one. It's the course version. It have brackets like the Class 2. It's around 10 centimeter higher. It's the same design. It's only with the brackets. Then we have the swan neck you put on the yellow car. And we have now a course wing, a motorsport wing. We call it in the in-house GT3 wing because it has the dimensions from a GT3 car. It's a really, really big wing.
So for you track fanatics, you already know that there's a track-inspired wing made by Alex and his team that you guys wouldn't want to miss out on because trust me, it's not like any other wing there in the market. Theirs is genuinely lightweight. I can brag about that. You can see me in the other videos where I'm just holding it with 2 fingers. Actually, speaking of which, we have the Brooklyn Gray Alpha N build we also just completed. Let's move on there. Okay, this, just a backstory. This client, before buying his M2, believe it or not, he told the agent, I will not buy this car unless the trunk is similar to the one of the CS. And straight off, he was told there is an aftermarket option with Alpha N that gives you that look, and it was on hand with us. So straight off the bat, after he got the car from the dealership, went straight to us, said, I'm not driving this car until that trunk is installed.
Okay.
Then and there, he told me, we have other Alpha N parts on hand. Fortunately, we had the rear diffuser, the kidney grille, the front lip, the adaptive headlights, and you know, the rest is history. This is the Brooklyn Gray M2 sporting your CS style inspired trunk.
When we started, it was CSL because at this time there was no CS with this trunk.
Yes.
So yeah, it's called a ducktail. Porsche in the past have it, and BMW started with I think the E46 was the first one.
And it's really light, guys. I'm not even lying. Like, it's really light. 1 finger. And to prove that it's light, you only need 1 strut to hold it in place. If you come check it out, it's just 1 strut. We took off the other one because it does not need it anymore. And of course, because Alex is here, we had him sign this special trunk of our client. So there you have it. We also equipped it with the mirror caps, the kidney grille, the recently launched front middle insert, right? This is beautiful though. I really like the design to this because if you see, you take away the V up in the front, right?
Yep.
And that's beautiful because you have a provision now for your plate. And apart from that, I really like the single slat kidney grille. And I'm not so sure, but I saw a photo by I&I. They took a snap about this kidney grille paired with the Eventuri front inlets.
That looks really good. Yeah.
Is that like a joint collaboration with Eventuri with you guys?
No, that is only that it was perfect fitment, but it was not a collaborate on the part, but it fit good. We have also another grill, the V2 grill, that is more, we say, to CSL style. And this is on the Eventuri shop car, and it looks so good.
We really are a fan about the products, the carbon fiber bits and pieces you guys and the team in Alpha N manufacture. And this is a prime example. Our shop car, the Zandvoort blue one, and this Brooklyn Gray M2. And later on, Alex, we have a special treat for you in your short stint here in Metro Manila. We were able to organize a BMW M night run on a Wednesday evening, and we're fortunate enough to be supported by our M2 group. We were able to garner, I hope, more or less based on the signups, 30 cars, or hopefully more. So I hope you're able to see the car culture, the car community here in Metro Manila in your 3 days and 2 nights stay. Very short, but we hope you come back. I hope you have fun tonight because apart from these two, you're also gonna see the Alpine White M2 and hopefully the Sao Paulo Yellow M2 that we also fitted with all your Alpha N carbon parts.
Nice.
Alex, before we finish this video, what else do you guys have in store in Alpha N? I think now is a good time to unveil that you're working on another car brand with these carbon parts.
It's unveiled in Germany, but we also make now, well, not also now, we make Porsche parts since many years, but we started this year with many Porsche parts for a lot of Cayman Boxster, GT4, GT4S, GT3, GT3 RS, GT2, turbo cars. There are a lot parts, and most of them are current in the shop.
There you have it. So BMW, Porsche fans out there, I'm telling you, just like our workshop actually, our favorite car to modify actually are BMWs and Porsches, and that's the reason why our shop car is an M2 and a 991.2 GT3. Thanks, Alex. I hope we're gonna make you happy with what we organized for you, a small gathering we organized for you tonight. And hopefully we get to share the passion of motorsports, the passion of cars and modifications, and the functional aeros that you have made for these beautiful machines. So stay tuned, guys, because this is not it. For his Asia trip, he's going to other countries here in Asia, and last but not least, the Jakarta car show with AutoFresh ID. So there you have it.